Hi, I'm Luis Torres, and this is
Star Bishop.
And we are your fellow brothers and sisters of CCF, of Cucamonga Christian Fellowship. And we're here today to give you a full body routine, full body workout. Before we start, we want to make sure that you've created a safe environment. If you look, we have a safe environment. Everything's clear. We have our weights, water bottles. If you don't have weights, you can always grab your water bottles, gallons, little water bottles to start your exercises until you can invest in your own weights. Mat, safety for your back. Star has a nice cushion mat, highly recommended for floor exercises, and then a yoga mat for non-slip exercises. Just to give you a brief rundown of what we're doing, we're gonna probably go nonstop. From the beginning to the end. The beginning, first 5 minutes of the workout is a warm-up, active warm-up, and we'll be doing modifications through those warm-ups throughout the whole workout. Actually, we're going to be doing modifications of all exercises, kind of full body, so you get a little bit of everything. Proper clothing attire, good shoe wear. Make sure your shoes are tied, socks, whether you have shorts or tight pants, something comfortable clothing, water for yourself. Make sure you've eaten, make sure you've talked to your doctor before doing these exercises. All these little things we have to be aware of, before exercising. Just be safe. That's the main thing. We want you to be safe. Try to do your best in the exercises. We understand that things are hard. That's why we're going to show you different levels for different people. Some people will be able to do the exercises 2 times each. We're going to try to do them 2 times each. But if you can only do them 1 time, that's okay. We'll take a break, in between a few of the exercises, just in case you need to recover. And then on the second round of those exercises, we'll modify them and show you how to modify them. You're like, man, I can't do that. We understand. We'll keep going. With that said, we'll start with the exercises, and then we'll go straight through to the end. And we'll take you through a stretching, a nice cool down. My favorite part of the workout is stretching, feeling good, because you need to stretch at the end. So with that said, we'll start with the light jog, and we'll start with the light jog. So I'm gonna start the jog.
Everything we do is gonna be at a 60-second rate. I'm doing the modification. If you can't jog, we're gonna do knee lifts. You can do walking knee lifts as well.
You can jog in place. Right? You don't have to. We have enough space right here that, if you have enough space in your living room, you could kind of go for your little jog. You can have your little mat. You can kind of go around in a little circle. Sometimes I have people do a minute one way and then a minute the other way. So you're not, kind of makes you mimic as if you're in a track, even though you're really not in a track. But hey, you got to put yourself in that kind of environment. Sometimes if you can't get out, like right now, we're in a situation where we need to kind of keep moving. We can't get out, but we have to keep our bodies active, keep our heart rate up, feeling good. Nice warm up. You have about 5 seconds, guys, 5 seconds. Oh, now we hear it. Straight leg swing, or you call it front kick, right?
Front kick.
So straight, let me start the timer, you go. So front kick, I usually front kick, which is actually a good exercise. You have a lot of options. You have hands on the waist, if you can, right? That's usually easier balancing. Sometimes for some people, it's too hard to get that leg really high. So just a little basic kick. If you can keep your hands out to the side to kind of focus on your core muscles to help you stabilize more, you can do that. If that's too hard, just keep it on your waist. Sometimes you'll have to take a break. Like, man, that's hard to stand on one leg. That's okay. Just do your best. You get back into it. Let's see. 12 seconds, that minute, when you're exercising, a minute seems forever, each exercise, but that's okay.
And if you have to alternate your legs, you can.
Which is
what I'm doing.
Right, which will be more, we're gonna do that on the second round. Keep it going, guys. Switch legs. So if you were on one leg, you're switching legs. But I like what Star was saying, the front kick, because sometimes you can do, it might be easier more for those who are just beginning to just say, you know what, I'm just gonna try my best to lift up the leg. And remember, the goal of lifting up that leg and swinging it is to actively warm up the hamstrings as well, which some people we know have really tight hamstring muscles. So that's really tight. If you have enough space in your living room, you can even do little walks. That's a kind of a different type of leg swing, right? You can walk them if you wanted to. So there's a lot of little options there. Or you have the wall. If that is just too hard to balance, don't be afraid to use the wall, right? Sometimes the wall, for some sports athletes, we like to use the wall because we like to swing the legs higher, but you don't have to. Step touch. You want to explain that one? Hands together, feet together. This is a tough one, guys. You step, you touch, then you come back, and then you go to the other side. So step, touch, come together, and then go to the other side. Step, touch, and I'm gonna go really slow. This is nice and slow. You touch, you can always grab a light water bottle. I'm not even gonna grab them right now, guys. You can grab a light water bottle if you wanted to make it a little bit more challenging. You warming up your shoulders, your legs are getting a nice warm up. Taking your time. Try not to go too wide, because sometimes people will go too wide, but try not to go too wide. Try to make it a nice, controlled squat. Sometimes we make things look easy, but right now your heart rate could be up. You're like, wow, this is tough. But if you need to take a break, take a few seconds, recover, and then you get right back into that movement. Just hit it up. Next exercise, I believe, is the 2-side inner thigh stretch.
Yes.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Legs nice and wide. Slow touch to one side up. Slow touch to the other side up. I'm gonna go to the side. Did we start the time? Start the time? No, it's okay. I got you. That minute matters, guys. I'm gonna go from the side. You see, start from the front, go a little bit wider, start a little bit wider. So we're gonna go a little wider on this, and I'm gonna show you from the side. Make sure that your butt is going back, right? Go slow, it's a side lunge. And this is important because we're gonna kind of show you on the next exercise how you can add stuff to this side lunge, but nice and slow. You're just stretching, right? Coming up and then stretching. Up and then stretching. Up, controlling your breathing. That's key. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Just nice controlled breaths, guys. Always trying to draw in, keep those muscles contracted throughout the exercise. I think I'm gonna take just a quick sip, and then Star's gonna explain the lunge curl or the squat curl, right?
Okay, so we're gonna start with the side lunge curl. So he's gonna take weights down and curl back up. You wanna watch his knees. You see how they're not extending over the toes. Curl up, he's squeezing the glutes. This is a hard version of it. We're gonna go into the easier version. Start the timer.
I don't wanna do this for more than a minute.
Easier version would be the squat curl. So he's just gonna push his butt back and curl up. Squeezing the glutes, nice and tight. Back stays straight, shoulders straight, feet are shoulder width apart, knees aren't turning in or out. And so go back into the lunge curl. And again, this is the more advanced version. If you have knee issues, just go as low as you possibly can, and it'd probably be best to do the beginner's version, which is the squat. And you can go even a little bit deeper on that one, if you can.
You can even go.
Okay, now it's me doing
Front hop, backward hop, right?
Yeah, let me make sure I start the timer on that.
Front. Forward hop, backward hop. Basic, forward hop, backward hop. So this is real basic, little hop. You want to make it a little harder, you can go deeper into the squat. Don't force it unless you can. Basic or modified. Step, you can step into it, squat, step back out to it, squat. Step into it, squat, squat. That's the most modified, because you don't have to, hopping can be hard. It can be hard on the feet, on the knees, on the back. So we don't recommend it. If you cannot do it, don't do it. Step forward, squat, step back, squat. Step forward, squat, step back, squat. Keep it simple, guys. Keep it simple. From this exercise, get ready. We're gonna go down to the ground, so make sure you have a towel, your mat set for the next exercise. It's gonna be toe touches. Toe touches. So toe touches, you can do with or without weight. I'm gonna start the timer. With or without weight, you reaching up towards the toes, right? Up towards the toes. Proper footwear is important, guys. It supports the foot. That ankle gives you support for your body, right? If you don't have a weight, you could do it without weight. Or remember what we talked about? You can have water bottles in your hands, reaching up, contracting those abdominal muscles. Okay, so remember, you have a lot of options there. No weights, water bottle weights, or if you have some weights, depending on your, depending on your athleticism, really, is depending on your capabilities, your experience, you're trying to reach up, contract. So we have a little bit going. We have a full body workout, in that round, a reactive exercise and an isolated core exercise. So right there, if you want, this is a good time. If you need to, remember, take a sip, towel off, take a break if you need to. If you don't, we're gonna go right to it. So you can pause it. You can say, hey, let's go. I'm just gonna go right to that squat curl. Now this round, I'm gonna show you a lot of stuff, right? So showed you the side lunge curl, which we stood in place. At the end of that, I was doing a movement, side lunge curl. And then Star also said, hey, squat curl. So that timer is going. Anything else you want me to do? Maybe if you cannot do any more squats, right? That's a good one. Curl, maybe balance. Oop, got the mic touch.
Balance one foot
right.
With the curl. You could do a double curl with it. 1, 2.
Hammer curl. We didn't talk about hammer curl. A lot of different options there. And I'm not even gonna go, this squat curl, it's hard enough, for a beginner.
And you wanna keep your butt pushed back on it. Make sure the knees are not going over the toes. Perfect, just like that.
That's it, guys. Forward hop, backward hop. If you're good and you wanna push yourself through it, start that timer. Forward hop, backward hop.
This is what you definitely want the timer on for.
Right, start it. So remember, hop, a little harder, then it's a little deeper. If you want to try to get deeper into that forward hop, backward hop, but don't force it. Or, always recommend it, modification. All good. I love the modifications because you get to still move, the body's moving, your legs are moving, your heart rate's up, but you're protecting the joints.
And this is still not easy.
Not at all, right? Not at all. Good job, guys. Stay with it. I'll stay with the modifications, right? Those are tough. A lot of tough movements here. You use your arms, just kind of hold in place. A lot of little things you can do. Right? Goal is to keep moving, get your heart rate up, feel good, and that's the main thing, feeling good while you're working out. Toe touches, last one, then we're gonna take a full break there. I'm gonna start the timer. Timer started, touch those toes right away, touch, reach and touch every time. Grab those water bottles, reach up. Reach up, make sure you have water bottles that are sealed because they can leak water if you have them cracked open. That's why I didn't put any water in there.
You're not supposed to tell them that.
It's all good. They hear it crackling and popping. But weights, non-weights, water bottles, and there's water in markets, guys. You can get those water bottles. They even have those bigger gallons of water, a little bit bigger than that if you're a stronger gentleman, you want to lift a little bit heavier, that's fine. The goal is contracting, reaching up and contracting. Abs are on fire. Abs on fire. Man, I'm already sweating. And we just gone through the first round of exercises.
You want to make sure too, that your chin stays up on these and that you're not moving your neck back and forth.
Good. That was a good one. Yes, because most people will tend to move their neck forward. Let's take a break, 4-minute break, guys. Most of you guys will need a break. So take a full minute. The timer's going. What I'll do in that minute, we have 4 exercises. I'll explain real quick. We have 4 exercises this round. So that last round was 3. This one has 4. And we'll be splitting those exercises up. This next one is going to be, I'm going to go lighter just to stay safe, is a Dumbbell Cobra. Right? So I'm going to show it because this will take time just to show it and then we'll do it together. Cobra. This is the simple, and then Star will go over some more harder movements, or if you need to give your back a break, you stand up. So we'll go through that in about 20 seconds. Take a full minute break. I'm going to take a quick sip, towel off, do those things, guys. It's important. Okay, ready, set, go. So the Cobra again, just for review. Go ahead, Star. And then you could take a break because we're going to start the timer. I don't want to do this for more than a minute. It's hard.
Okay, so start with the beginner's version. There, and again, each time he comes up, he's contracting his shoulder blades.
You have to be back, you can rest it.
And then back down. And then for the more advanced, one leg up. Make sure you keep your form up top. And switch legs. One side's always going to be harder to balance than the other, but you want to make sure that you give each side equal attention. And you see how his shoulders are not shrugged, everything's relaxed. And go back to the modified version. Back straight. And again, if you have a bad back, just do as many as you can. This will help strengthen the back. See how his knees are slightly bent, not locked.
Next exercise is a drop squat, guys. Drop squat. Just tap it up. There you go. Drop squat. So you will start with your feet together. You're going to drop down, try to touch the ground, and bring them back together. Drop down, touch them together. Go ahead. Timer started. So the modified from that is out, out, in. So out, out, go down, then back in. The goal is to get the body moving and learning how to react. That's why this is called a reactive exercise, because some people lose that reaction in their feet. Some people can't do this anymore, right? You can't hop and drop squat. That's challenging. It's hard, right? So if it's too hard, just learn to modify through it, right? Learn, okay, I still gotta get those legs open. I gotta squat. I gotta lift up. If you think about it, if you have to lift something up, that's how you're lifting it up, right? You have to make sure you're in a good, stable position. You're dropping, lifting that thing up. And right now at this point, it's just your body. So drop, squat, 1 minute, guys. Next one is pelvic tilt. I'm gonna go down to the ground.
Okay, so on this one, we're working the glutes, working the abs. You're bringing your butt up off the ground. Sorry, I just finished jumping.
Yeah, it's hard to talk after
Squeezing
that.
your glutes as tight as you can. Coming up as high as you can. This is the more advanced version. He's doing it with one foot up. Still squeezing the glutes as tight as you can. And then the regular version again. Notice he has me doing all the jumping, right? Come on, all the way up and squeeze tight.
Have you start the timer? Yeah. Oh, messed me up.
I think it started. No, but that's good.
We'll say that was about a minute,
That's
guys.
about a minute.
We won't start the timer for starters right now. Just kidding. Okay, so next exercise is a full arm extension. So you could do it with weight or without weight. I'm gonna start the timer. See, I'm fair. I start the timer. With weight or without weight, you're fully tucking and extending all the way out. That's why it's called a full arm extension. Right now, stars not using the weight is probably the best if this is your first time. Because grabbing a weight, you would actually hold on to it and bring it over the knees. Grab the weight real quick so they can see it. One on each side. There you go. So full knees tuck in. Tuck them first, mama. There you go. So we're going to tuck them in, bring the hands, and then fully extend them out. Right? That's a tough one. There you go. And then extend them out. Put the weight down and then do the double knee tuck. This is a little easier. Your hands behind the head and you tuck the knees in and crunch and extend out. That's, trust me, the hardest part of this exercise is extending the legs, because that's what really activates those core muscles. As you extend the legs out, tuck them in. If you was to extend the legs out and try to hold them for a minute, that's hard in itself. So we got to review those exercises, guys. If you need to take a break, don't forget to take a break, right? We're going to do those 4 exercises again. If you need to take a break, pause the video, take a break, towel off, and say, man, this is tough, but do your best. Okay, guys.
All right, so second round.
Start the time. Cobra.
Cobra. Again, to a back, shoulder blades contracted.
It's good to have fun when you're working out.
Oh, for sure, for sure. And back down together. Beginner's version. You see how he's not shrugging his shoulders again. Everything stays straight, body completely aligned, feet are shoulder width apart. Knees aren't locked, slightly bent. Now we're going to one leg again. And you just bend down as far as you can without extending the back too much. You're going to feel this in your hamstrings. You're going to feel this in your glutes. You're also going to feel it in your lower back. Shoulder blades contract.
Going to the drop squat, guys. Drop squat right away if you can. Feet together, drop into it, together, drop into it, together. Yep, you got it. Star's gonna show the modified version of that drop squat. So out, out, squat, and then in. Stay safe, guys. That's the key. Don't force anything. We don't want you to get hurt, right? Safety is number one. So if that drop squat is too hard, right, because that can be tough, you say, you know what? I'm gonna work up to that. I'm staying with this, right? I'm staying with this modified. It's all good. It all depends really on the age of the person, the ability of the person. Most 20, 30-year-olds can do a drop squat, no problems. Once you get a little bit more mature, 40s, 50s, 60s, you know that. I'm gonna modify this round. It's all good. Do what your body's capable of. Tap it, floor bridge. Make sure she starts a timer for me this round. Floor bridge. You can even do isometric.
Isometric is when you're holding it. It increases the intensity. That's one leg up. He's coming up with his hips as high as he can and is squeezing the glutes as tight as he can. And come on down. And then up, squeeze tight, and back down. You can actually even do these halfway. So if he comes up just a little bit there, and then go up all the way, and they'll go fast. And now back to regulars. And one leg up. You're gonna feel this in your glutes. You're gonna feel it in the lower back. Some might feel it in the hamstrings.
This is what we're going to next. Full arm extension. That gets too hard, just stay with that double knee tuck. I'm gonna have Star do the full minute. She started the timer, so you get on it. Double knee tuck. Grab the weight. You don't have to grab the weight, guys. Keep it simple. Sometimes I like to keep it simple. You know, when you see us out there in the service and in the auditorium, just grab us. Say, hey, I was doing that exercise. Can you explain that a little bit more? And we'll do that for you guys. We'll explain it because, you know what, let's go to a basic crunch real quick because sometimes using the legs might be too hard. And just keep it simple. And the thing starts doing, the main thing she's focusing on is not stressing her neck. Don't stress your neck. Focus that your head, your neck, and the shoulders are one unit. I love that way she crossed her arms to help you support yourself, to help you get your shoulders up and focus on core contraction. That is the key, contracting the core muscles. You don't have to lift and tuck those knees. Again, that's a little bit higher advanced. Take that minute break, guys. Take that minute break. We got one more round before the stretches.
Okay, so we're gonna start this round with a squat press. So what he's gonna do is go into a regular squat, feet are gonna be shoulder width apart, and then arm extension, shoulder press, right back up. From the side. Some people have to go a little bit wider depending on how your knees are. You might not be able to do it completely shoulder width. You see how he's keeping his glutes pushed back, knees are not extending over the toes. Full press all the way up, full extension on the elbows. If you have shoulder issues and can't go up that high, you can stop right around there. So again, safety first. And again, you can always do it with no weights at all. Butt stays back. Coming up, contracting those glutes.
Going to a slow side kick. Try to remember this round what leg you started on, unless you're switching in between. Whoa. And that's normal. That's normal to lose the balance. Timer's going. So slow side kick. I would recommend starting on the weaker leg. That was my weak leg. That's why I lost my balance. So I'm gonna get an extra star over here a little bit. Slow side kick. It's challenging because it's all balance. If you cannot balance, you put that foot down. But if you can balance, try to balance the whole time. But if you can't, we totally understand. Don't force anything. This will become easier. Maybe do a lower kick, right? You don't have to kick too far wide, but you can kick low, right? High kick or low kick. The higher kick is harder because you have to tilt your body a little bit to get that leg up. Low kick might be a little bit easier for most people. So remember that. This first round, we're gonna do the weak leg. Let's stick around for the second round for the strong leg. What's the next one? I forgot.
Tricep push-ups.
Tricep push-ups, that's right. We were just going over that. So I'm gonna show the more advanced tricep push-up, which is tough, right?
A lot of people are not going to be able to do that first one, so this is the modified version right here. Now for the easiest version, he's going to go on his back, grab some weights, and come on up. You're still working the triceps. His elbows are staying in. Nice and tight, full extensions. And I'm gonna go into tricep dips.
So all different ways to work the tricep. Just be careful. I'm gonna spot her on the chair real quick, just to be safe.
So it doesn't fall.
Just make sure you're in a safe environment. The tricep push-up is really challenging. The tricep supine triceps a little easier, and the dip is a little bit more. All different exercises for the tricep. We want you to pick one. So that's the goal. When we go through that again, pick your one. So we're gonna go squat press, slow side kick, tricep, either push-up, dip, or tricep extension. So full 1 minute, guys. Let's do that. We can go through that. Start the timer. Squat press.
All right, so squat press again. Full extension on those shoulders if you can. Back is straight. Knees are not turning in or out. Contracting the glutes as he goes up. Now we're gonna do the version if you have shoulder issues but still wanna use the weights, or not.
Or water bottles.
Or you can use water bottles. Straight up. And again, this is working towards the end of your workout. Heart rate should be up. Sweating is a good sign of hydration, so if you're not sweating by now, you need to be drinking more water. And you want to keep your butt pushed back. Don't let those knees go over the toes.
I have a question. Why my minutes seem longer than your minutes? What's going on there? Slow side kick. Let's get to the other side. I'm gonna start the timer, guys. Switch legs, slow side kick. So hopefully
to all my clients who are watching this.
Slow side kick. Now I know what her clients feel like. Look at that.
I know, right?
Look, I'm sweating to death. I'm sweating to death over here. That's all good. I sweat a lot, so.
It's a good sign of hydration.
It is, it actually is. So again, you're either laughing or you're dying right now. So, but dying in a good way, you know, in a more humble way, feeling good, breaking down your body to build your body back up. That's basically what you're doing when you're working out. It feels good. It's a stress-free environment when you keep it safe, and it's good for longevity. It's good for your body, guys. That's the key. That's why we're here. We're here to help you guys out. Just be careful with that weight when you get done. Okay, 7 seconds, guys. Slow side kick. From here, remember, tricep push-up, tricep extension, or tricep dip. Timer's going. So I'm a spot start real quick, just so because this is the last one we did was the dip. So we're gonna start with the dip first. So you see her hands, she found a good comfortable position for her hands. And again, the dip could be tough on the wrist. So if you have wrist issues, do the one that I showed you on your back. She's dipping down, working the triceps. She's not letting her shoulders go too far forward. She's stabilizing her body. Let me show the other two real quick. Good job. And then the last two, and I made you do that. The last two, more advanced. Again, for my more advanced people.
Tricep push-up.
Which is tough.
Chest coming down as low as you can. If you have shoulder issues, that would not be recommended. This is the assisted version. And it's a tricep push-up because your arms are in closer than a regular push-up. Now, most people will be able to do this one. Elbows are remaining in. You're coming down, making sure you extend those elbows all the way up to really work those triceps. Last exercise of the workout before we go into stretches. Elbows are in nice and tight if you can. And that's the end of it.
That's it, guys. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go, since your body's nice and warm, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make some space here. Today we'll do the standing stretches.
Okay.
Let's just do standing, and then on the next workout we have for you guys, we'll do laying down stretches. So calf stretch.
Okay, so calf stretch. You're gonna put your ball of your foot against the wall and press your chest into the wall. Here. Chest into the wall. You want to come up as high as you can. And make sure it's your chest in, not your face in. It's going to really give you a really good calf stretch. You want to hold all the stretches for 20 to 30 seconds. So we're going to switch, or you want to angle it?
I'm gonna angle so they can see from this side. There's another stretch that I do where I keep my feet flat on the ground and just lean into it. But I do have my runners always love putting their feet up against the wall and stretching the calves that way. So there's two different stretches. So you guys, this is what I like to do, both feet flat on the ground. If you don't want to put your feet on the wall, I know people are really particular about that. So just in case, if you're in the gym setting, it's no problem. But some people are like, I'm not putting my feet on the wall. So, but you can keep your feet on the ground. That's why I just showed that real quick. And then
Quad stretch. You want to go in, grab your foot, and you want to pull back up as far as you can go. You'll feel that stretch straight through your quad.
if you can balance, which is really, I'm gonna turn to you guys a little bit. I don't recommend this if you don't have balance, but it's a good core workout when you can stabilize, balance, and stretch. That's a little bit more advanced, so don't do it if you can't. But if you can, hold on to your hip. Eventually, you'll work on extending the arm up. Let's switch legs. I'll do this side. And the safest is what we're doing right now is always holding on. That's how we learn since we were little. Hold on to something. As you get more advanced, you can work on your balance. And that is not easy because you're activating more core muscles. I love the extension of the arm. I do that all the time. That's good for balance and stability. Real basic hamstring stretch. I like how I don't want to put my foot on the wall, but I want to have you have your heel come forward, a soft bend on the supporting knee, and see if you can grab the foot. You should feel the whole back of that leg stretching. I need that one. That's a good one.
And if you need to hold up against the wall, safety first.
Yeah. Always. That's always safe. So I'm going to show holding on to the wall for balance. Still same position, soft bent, straight leg, good stretch on the hamstring. Or we can use that same chair. I forgot about that. And just, let's switch legs. Switch legs. As we've been on that hamstring. We could share the chair. And hamstring stretches. Starts holding on. Real And for some people, hold on to the chair. Some people like to hamstring stretch, just basic, but sometimes if you have vertigo, some medical conditions where you can't put your head all the way down, you're not gonna be able to stretch that hamstring. So it's good to have an assisted, something assisted that can help you stretch it a little bit more. Last but not least, we'll just lengthen the back, lengthen the spine. We'll do this again on the ground. The next time we meet, lengthen, good stretch for the back, the spine. Good job, guys. Give yourselves a round of applause.
Good job, CCF.
You finished the workout. We look forward to seeing you in church soon.